In this video, I am going to try to answer a very simple question. What is a microservice? To answer this question, we are first going to do a quick review on how you are probably building servers right now. You all might be familiar with the monolithic architecture. In a monolithic server, we have all of our code needed to implement our application inside of one single code base, and we deploy that code base as one discrete unit. So, we might imagine that with a monolithic server, we have some requests coming from a user's browser or mobile device that will flow into our application and go through maybe some pre-processing middleware. Then maybe it goes off to some router. That router might then inspect the request and decide to send it off to some specific features for further processing. So maybe in this case, it goes off to feature A, and feature A might decide to write or read some data out or to from a database. Eventually, formulate a response and then send a response back to whoever made the request. So, if we had to characterize our monolithic server, we might say the following. We might summarize it with this sentence right here. We would say that a monolithic contains all the routing, all the middlewares, all the business logic, and all the databases required to implement all features of our application. So, that would characterize a monolith. Now, we are going to make one or two changes to this diagram and will then summarize or characterize what microservices are all about. So here, how we would characterize our microservices? We would say that a single microservice contains all of the routing, all the middlewares, all the business logic, and the database access required to implement one feature of our application. That is the big difference. In case of monolithic architecture, we work for all the features of an application, whereas in case of microservice architecture, all these common components are used to build only one feature. Let's take a look at this in a more visual format. Alright, I know this diagram is a bit crazy, but it's very similar to the one we were looked at just a moment ago. So, with this microservice architecture, we have now split off these different features into self-contained services. The very important thing here to understand is that each of these services are entirely independent and self-contained. So, service right here has all of the code required to make feature A working correctly. Likewise, feature B and service B has its own code. Same with the case of C. It has its own middleware, router. Surprisingly, it has its own database as well. The nice thing about this approach is that if for some reason, if every other feature or every other service inside an application crashes or just mysteriously disappears, a portion of our application is still going to work. Like this. In this case, service A is 100% standalone. It doesn't necessarily require any other service to do his work. So all these services are independent. That's why they are able to complete the purpose for which they are built. All right. So that's it from this lecture. We understand the basic definition of microservice, why we feel the need of it. Thank you for watching.